Well, look who's here from House Foreign Affairs. He's Congressman Darrell Issa. Good to have you in the studio, Congressman.
Well, Liz, thanks for having me on, and thanks for covering this. You know, Senator Grassley and I worked together on Fast and Furious and other investigations. There's nobody better at getting to the truth.
Yeah, he gets to the details. So what's your reaction when you heard Chuck Grassley, the senator, saying that FBI whistleblowers gave them documents, because his team said they read unclassified documents that, and the whistleblowers are saying at the FBI, voluminous evidence of criminal misconduct by Hunter Biden with his overseas deal-making. What's your first thought about that?
Well, my first thought is Grassley always gets it right or he doesn't say it. My second one is when you see the evidence, as I've seen from our own investigation and also some stuff that Senator Grassley has released, you know, you have violations, criminal violations, not of getting a gun that, you know, he shouldn't have gotten, but real criminal violations, including the FAR violations, and they're not being prosecuted, or if they are being prosecuted, we're not getting wind of those. They're leaking the minor stuff instead of telling us what's really happening.
So it'll go away with the minor, you know, the other charges in the DOJ, tax evasion, but there's a bigger story.
There's a much bigger story, and, you know, as we speak, a friend of President Trump's, Tom Barrack, is on trial because he talked to the president while doing business deals overseas. As a principal, he came after Hunter Biden, both during the vice presidency and during the Trump presidency, was an agent of foreign governments, including China.
Yeah, and who were under sanction.
Who were under sanction.
Okay.
He's doing that. And we haven't heard a word about that violation. And in his case, it's undeniable.
We got to move on to this. Reports that current and former FBI agents are really angry that FBI Director Christopher Wray has been using an FBI jet meant for counterterrorism purposes for his personal use, to fly to his house in the Adirondacks and his house outside Atlanta. Now, the FBI gave the Evening in a statement. Let's show it, that the FBI Director needs this aircraft for national security missions. He needs the specific communications and secure phone lines, and he's adhered to federal regulations, including reimbursement for federal for his use of the aircraft. But, you know, the complaint is he's flying to his personal house in the Adirondacks and his house outside Atlanta. So that's, you know, so there seems to be a fine line here.
Well, no, it's not a fine line. He's pushing the envelope inappropriately. This is an aircraft that goes almost 7,000 miles. It was purchased so you could take the worst of the worst terrorists and fly them nonstop so they wouldn't land in a country that might pull them off the plane. There were very specific reasons requested to get that aircraft. But, you know, at Andrews Air Force Base, there's a fleet of aircraft. Most of them cost a fraction as much to operate as that aircraft. To go from here to Atlanta, okay, there's 21 nonstops a day just out of Dulles, out of DCA, out of Reagan right here. There's no reason he should do it other than, of course, it's a luxury jet. It's big. It holds as many people as he wants. But by the way, there are plenty of aircraft that could do that mission if he needed it for national security. The fact is, he's got a personal jet and he's using it. He has a 10-year appointment and he's abusing it.
Got it. Congressman Issa, we'll stay on the story. We'll have you back on soon, okay?
Thank you.
Everyone.